Hello guys, today I'm gonna do a small demo of our latest plugin called Stashio. Stashio is a plugin that combines with Gutenberg and gets most of the powers and the flexibility of Gutenberg and enhances all the possibilities that it provides. So what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna show you some of the plugin options that are available. I'm going to start by creating a new post. Okay, so as you can see, there is a special category named Stashio blocks. Once opened, you can see the whole list. The list contains the available blocks that we have. These blocks will be some new blocks will be added in the future, so you will be able to have more once we roll some updates for it, which we plan to do every month at least. So I'm going to start today with the row block. The row block offers the possibility to set some column layouts. Also, you have the option to select some predefined blocks from the block library. I'm going to start with the columns. So the columns layout is simple. You choose the number and the sizes that you want to use. I'm going to do a simple setup with 3 columns. As you can see, I have the 3 columns already set up. Also, I'm going to start with actually getting to the row options. So the row options are quite a few. We have the layout for the 3 columns that are available. You can actually switch to more or less. I'm going to keep the 3. You can change the column gutter. So if you want to, you can simply change the spacing between the columns. We have the paddings, which you can also change the background settings. You can choose image, the positions, if you want to add a parallax effect, which we have as option here. We have some overlays, which you can use to add some subtle gradients or images if you want to. Also, you have the shape dividers, which you can add at the top and at the bottom of the row. You can also change the sizes depending on the size of the screen. You have text color options, and surely you can change the size of the row. You can also use the functionality to expand the row. You have the wide, the full width, and the contained or center align. These are the basic options for the row. Once you get into it, you can see that there are way more, and it's very flexible. You can also choose how you want to align the content inside the row, so you can set it to align top, align middle, or align bottom. What I'm gonna try to do now, I'm gonna add some info boxes or icon boxes like we named them in our other frameworks. So this works fairly simple. We go here, we click on the add block button, and choosing from here you can find the info box. This is the info box default option. It can be changed, so you can link it if you want to. I'm going to set it to the letter more, which is currently disabled. And I can add a link if I want to. I can set the link target, the content align. For this demo, I'm going to keep them center, but you can easily change them to left, right if you want to. There is a spacing for the media, which is in the media settings. There is a margin by default, which you can also change. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to the container settings. I'm gonna go and add a border, and I'm gonna make it round. So yeah, there we go. So now we have a box with a border which has a 10 pixel radius. Also, I can change the background. I can select from the theme defined colors, or I can set a custom color if I want to. For example, I'm gonna go with softer gray. Also, as you can see, you can set the hover colors. So you can set the background for the border and the background. You can add paddings. Everything works dynamically, so it's very easy to see how the content will look like when you actually edit it. So it's very easily to set the settings without going into front end and refresh every time. So now I can align the media to the left, right, or top. Again, for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna keep them at the top, and I can simply select another, I don't know, another icon, let's say like this. I can edit the text. So I'm gonna leave the lorem ipsum. It's not entirely necessary. At the media settings, I can also add borders. I can have an animation if I want to. I can change the icon color. Let's say I'm gonna switch it to blue, and I can have a background if I want to, and a border. You can also add a title for accessibility, so that's kind of cool. Now there are also title settings. You can hide the title if you don't want or need it. You can actually set a color to it if you want to. The tag that is going to be used, I recommend you having an H4, for example. You have some font size options, letter spacing, and you can actually change the font family, which includes basically the entire Google library, almost the entire Google library right there. You can also have some paddings, margins. As you can see, you have some text options, again with all the font size and generally the font options. You can enable a learn more button, there it is, and you can also set colors, margins, and so on. I'm going to disable it for now. And you can also have a shadow if you want to. So for example, I would like to have this type of icon boxes. I can easily duplicate them and grab them and drag them into the other column. I'm gonna go into the media settings. I'm gonna select another icon. So for example, I'm gonna set it like battery here, and I'm gonna duplicate it again and drag it to the other column. Again, I can change the media. So for example, I'll go with I don't know, I'm gonna go with directions. You can easily publish it. Then if we go to view the post, this is how it looks like. So I have a sidebar option enabled. This is why the content is not going to the entire site. So thank you for this. We don't need it for now. So you can change the colors on hover and how it looks. I'm gonna go back to editing the post. Now let's try another row. This time I'm gonna set a big row. Let's add some text. This is a paragraph. You can actually, as you can see, you have the column options as well here, margins, paddings, border options, background color options, and so on. I'm gonna choose the row options. As you can see, you can change the layout for the tablet and mobile. We're gonna keep it like this. So for example, now we're gonna go and set 50 pixels at the top and 50 at the bottom. We're going to have a 50 pixel margin for top and bottom. Let's add a background to this, and also I would go to text options and set out, I don't know, let's say white. You can see the fonts are inherited. So now what I could do is I could, as you can see, I can change by dragging the paddings. I'm gonna leave it to 50, and I can add a new block here. I'm gonna go to Stashio blocks again. I'm gonna try an icon element. So for example, I can choose another icon that I like. Let's say this one. I can make it feel more interesting. I can change the size if I want to. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to align center. This is heading now. As you know, changing from one element to another in Gutenberg is fairly simple. We have the heading plus element, which is basically a heading but with more functionality and options than the default one. You have the font size which you can override. So if you leave this empty, you will have the theme options. If you change it, you're gonna rewrite what this heading will have especially. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna show you how the overlay works. So I'm gonna have a gradient. So color one is gonna be like this one, and as you can see on the demo, I can change it. I can change the angle for and I can change the opacity. So there you go. This is how this changes, and you can actually see how the thing will look. Amazing, right? Another thing that I wanted to show you was a button element, which I can add easily by using the add button. We have a lot of options available. As you can see, we plan, as I said, we plan some new elements. So we have the button one, find out more. Now you can have more buttons if you want to. It will add up to 5 buttons in a row. For this demo, I'm gonna keep it to 1 only. So you can change the font size. You can change the paddings. Make it more to this. So I'm gonna have it something more simple. Border thickness, if you want to, you can remove the border altogether. We're gonna have a 2 pixel border thickness, and we're gonna have it to 5 or 4, let's say 5. The font color, we can change it to white, and the background color, we can set it to this, and the border as well. That's sort of it, and the layout is ready. So what I told you I want to show you, I already showed you the overlay. You can add images as well, so you can have a paragraph at the top of this if you want to, and you can change it. All blocks can be dragged and dropped, so basically it's quite easy to change and adapt your layout to your needs.